Hi, this is David with entry number 146. So, as you can see, I'm back in Gangneung. The snow is melting, so the whole city is currently wet. I'm realizing now this was a slight mistake to record with the sun facing my back of my head, so you can't really see me, but I can assure you that I'm here and my vacation has ended. um, I don't know. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to bring up. Is that the one thing I wanted to bring up, especially on this video, is that there was that time skip in the last video, or not in the video itself, but in my memory, where I could not remember what I did or where I ate dinner. And I can't believe I forgot about that because after we walked to, we were in Myeongdong, we kind of had a little walk heading towards Insadong, which is only like 2 blocks away from Myeongdong. And in Insadong, or before Insadong, we found this little area that was just, my sister and I found this little area that was just really cool. Very kind of like old school Korea meets new school. By that meaning, I mean like the kind of shops that were all over the place were like lit with neon and like that super bright like signage everywhere, and just like there was like the signage was all crowded over, and it just had like a very kind of like small alley Tokyo kind of feel. Like if you ever seen like Blade Runner, that kind of aesthetic that Ridley Scott tried to get in that movie, that was like just a grimy, I mean this place wasn't grimy because it was Korea, but it just had that kind of like overpopulated look to it that I really thought was cool. There we found this little, in Korea, excuse me, there's a few different variations of noodles, which one would imagine, and one of them is called it's a soup called kuksu or guksu, and what the noodles are I'm pretty sure they're a white wheat noodle, and they are stretched or possibly extruded very fine. The closest thing that you may have tried to kuksu or guksu noodles are something in Japan called somen. It's not exactly the same, but it's very close. Guksu are usually like very, 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 very long, whereas I think the Japanese are more okay with cutting their noodles. The Koreans have that heavy Chinese influence of keeping noodles like really, really long to kind of like remind them of long life or something like that. So yeah, we found this little guksu place in this area, and it was really cool. I don't know if you know this, but in like other parts of Asia, I mostly know about China and Japan, so I'll just say in Japan there are these little ramen shops that, because they deal with a very high volume of customers, they can't really afford to have something as slow as a human taking orders. And so what they do is that they employ, basically, not employ, but they deploy a little machine that has like a touch screen. You punch in your order, and then it tells you how much it is, and you just load it with some cash, give it some cash, feed it some cash, and it looks like a vending machine without any kind of like, obviously, Like, there's nothing, like, there's no stock inside of it. It's just a bunch of, it's just like a button with a little bill feeder on it. And you will feed it the money, it spits out a ticket. And this guksu place was insanely fast. Like, my sister punched her order in, got her ticket, and by the time I finished my order, her order was finished. Was ready. So that's like a span of um, 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds, and her order was ready. My order took a little longer because they had to fire up more noodles, but like it was really something, and that was really cool. And then we walked around this area for a while, which only is maybe like, it takes up like a square, maybe 2 square kilometers but um, it just was really dense. Like I said, a lot of businesses, and we found this little place called Milk Cow, which is like a soft serve joint, and it was really awesome. Like, they had their specialty was honeycomb with on top of ice cream, and this was the first time that either of us have had like a raw honeycomb product before, and it was obviously glorious and very, very tasty. The ice cream, it was hard to kind of pin down on the exact thing that made it so enticing, but in a word, it was very, very fatty. Like, if you've ever had like a full fat, like a double cream or a heavy whipping cream before, if you just kind of drunk a little bit of that, you know what I mean. It's just so rich. You can't really have more than, a few, like 5 ounces, or else you can start feeling like really heavy and sick. But that was glorious. We walked around a little more, had coffee, and then that's when we went to Hongdae. So overall, it was a full day. And today, I'll just go over real quick. Obviously, it's still daylight, and so basically what I've done is had a nice slow morning, helped my sister a little because she was feeling sick, so I made her some food, and then we went to the express bus terminal. I figured out how to say normal ticket in Korean, and I'm here. So that's about it. So I'll wrap it up here. Tomorrow I got a nice long day of nothing at school, and got 25 hours to make up in 4 days, so that's going to be a fun challenge. So thanks for watching. This has been David with entry number 145. I'll talk to you later. Bye.